Hello. The goal today is to have a video that is done in one take, so forgive me for any mistakes here. We have our best in slot mage gear. I'm not going to do melee at all because it's just you have a lot more room for mistakes with mage. It's a bit simpler, and I think you have a lot more food and supplies that you get to use. I'm missing one item in my inventory here. Super anti-poison, or I usually use an extended anti-venom because it's like 18 minutes. So, anyway, you need the purging staff to do this boss. You basically can't do it without it. You can duo with somebody who has the purging staff, but otherwise, yeah. Make sure you have the runes to cast Thralls and Mark of Darkness. If you want to, you can do Death Charge, but it won't really help you unless you're doing melee. So I am going to go to a fairy ring here. And then we're going to make our way to Yama. And the scrolls are like 50k each, so I wouldn't recommend using them, but they are called the Chasm teleport scroll. And then going down here, and we are traveling. So there is a duo world. If you want to learn the basic mechanics, I would recommend using a duo world. But that is going to be world 394 for US East, but yeah, just use any of those worlds. Anyway, this is going to be your starting tile. You can ignore all these middle tiles because those are for melee on the final phase. This is going to be the most important tile. So you're one tile to the left of Yama here when you're facing him, and then you're going to start at that glyph every time as well. So I'm going to put on Augury and challenge Yama. So make sure you have Mark of Darkness and cast your Thrall. You can do that before the fight too. Alright, so this glyph is yellow. I'm poisoned, so I'm going to click that. This glyph is yellow, so that means my prayer is always going to be the opposite of yellow, which is range. So then next phase, this is also going to be yellow. And then the final phase, it's going to be the opposite. So it's going to be, well, there won't be a glyph, but you need to pray range on that final phase. So here's a wave. I like to stand behind the wave, or behind the glyph. And now we change prayers because the glyph just got activated. So every time he does a special attack, he's going to change prayers. So here comes the flames, which means that our whatchamacallit is going to come. Our fireball is coming. So there's the fireball. Step on that. You take 9 damage if you're 3 squares away from Yama. You take 2 damage if you're 5 or more, I believe. So all we're doing is going around each one of these glyphs. And here comes a wave, so that indicates that he's going to summon... Okay, so we need to attack those. This is something that needs to happen quickly. Alright, if you use your special attack on those, you will kill... Like, you have to use your special attack on the killing blow. And that will make it so that you can attack 1 or 2 ticks faster afterwards. Very helpful for being able to finish those in a solo because you basically can't lose or use any downtime. Alright, here comes a wave, which means in one more attack we're going to get this. And we'll probably take damage from that wave, that's okay. I could have dodged it better. Always keep your health at max when you're learning. There's no reason to just risk it. So we're just going to keep going around in circles. Mage is definitely slower than range, so it is not a horrible idea to learn how to use melee for the first 2 phases. Aha, so you just saw a mistake. I went in a circle there when I should have cut off the corner because these two are identical, so I accidentally went on them back to back. I'll show you in the next phase how we deal with that. Your boy didn't bring a melee weapon, so that's gonna be funny. But we can dodge that, go. Alright. So we're just gonna do this. So bring something big like a DGS or whatever you want really, as long as it's gonna do some decent damage. An Arclight is a pretty bad idea to bring if you're not bringing any melee gear because it has a really low max hit. Alright, eat up, and then now we're going to pray range again, because it's always the same as the star phase. So just attack him as soon as possible, because it stops him from moving. Gonna summon a thrall here. His next attack is going to be the giant meteor. It always locks you in place when it first spawns, so you really want to be right next to the red ones. It's not as important for these next glyphs. I'm going to recast I'll wait to recast Mark of Dark. I stand perfectly opposite of the wave, let it go, and then step on the thing. Stand perfectly opposite of the wave, let it go, and good to go. Well, as soon as it touches the other side of the glyph is when I start walking. I'll show you on the next one. We've got these waves, so that means next attack is going to be the meteor. And then we see that guy coming over. He was going to stab me, so that's not good for Mage. Nice and simple for magic. It's super easy. Alright, so we got this guy. I'm going to step opposite, and then kill this. See, I'll spec on the second hit here. And then I'll attack the next one. And then see, I went a lot faster on my attack there. It was like unnaturally fast, it feels. Alright, stepping off because the flame was going to lock me in place. If those flames hit you, you get locked in place and it really sucks. Alright, standing opposite. I'm going to step on this. I'm probably going to get hit by the wave again. That's okay. Pray Mage, and then step opposite. And then I'm going to stand next to the purple one because we want to skip that one because those two are identical. That's okay. See, I got locked in place there. And we're going to pray. Oh, well, now we're good. Going under. You can attack from this third tile here. Yeah, screw you, cape. Didn't need you anyway. Alright. Make sure you bring a melee weapon. This is so dumb. Oh, and I'm standing under him right now because his fireballs do damage to him. So you can see he just got hit for a 14. So it just kind of... It's a nice little feature. I'm going to eat to full and get my health up. This final phase, he's going to do the opposite of the first two, so he's praying Mage. And he will not come towards you at all. So the meteors come in. You just want to step one tile away from their center. Don't worry about attacking. People seem to really want to get... they want to attack during that. And sometimes the timing just doesn't work out. So then you end up staying there for one tick too long, and it's not good. So this is the whole reason we have this tile at the end here. So we can skip those waves. Once the wave gets to like right here-ish, you'll see me do it a bunch. It's not that bad. Alright, and then we want to use those. Use your spec on those so you can get back as soon as possible. Alright, every time he attacks you, you want to switch your prayers. So he just used Mage, now I'm switching to range. And he'll just alternate 2 and 2. Ignore the mistakes here. I promise I'm better. So you see I clicked, expecting that to end up right here, and then I just run straight through the middle. Okay, I'm going to eat a bunch. And then I'm going to spec these before they blow up. That's a ranged attack. Alright, Mage, and then back to our tile. Now it's range because he attacks. And you basically just keep doing this over and over again. And then range. Alright, so these fireballs, when they are coming out while the waves are coming, You can run to this tile right here. I think we just finished. Okay, Thrall, finish it for me. Sweet. So this tile right here is safe. If you are starting here and run all the way to this tile, that's how you avoid the long, like there's a fireball here and a fireball here. You just stop there, and then you can dodge diagonally whichever direction you need to. So that is one solo kill. It went kind of poorly, probably because I'm trying to narrate as well. But now I'm going to do a melee kill. So I will gear up for my melee fight. And you can see I got an 804 there. As long as I don't make too many mistakes here, this should go quite a bit faster. I've gotten like 630s. I know some people can get way better than that. But let's see here. Okay, what do we have here? We're going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. We do not need that. And then for this, I always just equip these three for the void flares. So, what am I missing here? This. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Eat. Okay. And then we'll head on out. So I'm not like god tier at the melee on the final phase, which is why I bring quite a large mage switch. That way, once I mess it up, I can recover it and just do what I did during the mage kill, and it's super easy. I can do the final phase with like one food. I've redemptioned to the final phase as well. It's really not that bad as long as you get used to just dodging the right spots. So we got Mark of Darkness here, Thrall, equip that, and then throw on your super combat. You always want to spec right at the beginning of the kill. Try and get 2 specs. Hopefully they land. And then for this first phase, I don't like to lure Yama because you take more damage. As soon as you see that, see, I only took a 2 there. If I had lured him to the glyph, I would have taken a 9 or a 12. So then for the rest of the fight, I lure him like right next to the glyphs, so I'm 2 tiles away. For the wave that's about to come up, I'm going to stand on the opposite side of this. Step on the glyph and go through the wave. So he has a chance to attack you with the other style. So right now I would need to pray range if he attacked me with auto attack. There it is. So just switch to that. Switch back. Keep an eye out on these things. So that would have been bad if I got hit by that. Yeah, see, I would have hit a 12 there. You definitely take less damage, or there's less opportunities to take damage with a mage fight, which is why I would recommend starting with that. Okay, so we've got to equip that, attack that, and then attack the void flare again. Step through. I should be casting Death Charge. Looks good. Alright. And then he's going to do the purple, so I'll have to step under him. I had to shift-click walk under. And then lure him to the next one. He phases at like 1650 or so. Should phase now. Right after trying to smack me for one last time. Alright, cool. Face north. And then for this, I just kind of do a lazy switch. Doesn't matter too much. But those things are shockingly forgiving. I don't really understand why you can dodge them like that, but you can. Switch that. Okay. Eat food, eat prayer, and then get ready for the next phase. So I'm going to spec right away. I hit, which is awesome. And I'm going to stand right next to this one because he's going to summon his meteor now. So there's the meteor. Take a 12 damage because he's right next to me. And then he'll probably do a wave coming. Yeah, there's the wave. So now I can step on that and then worry about dodging. Those glyphs make you invincible from most attacks, but waves in a solo seem to damage me still. So somebody can hopefully explain that to me. Poison ran out. Stepping closer. Alright. You can be maximum 3 tiles away from those. If you're more than 3 tiles, you're just going to get hit by a meteor, which I think it can one-shot you no matter what. Even if you're 121. Alright. I'm a little late there. That sucks. Oh, okay. Try not to attack that. Yeah, I forgot to put on Protect Melee again there, so that's why I got hit. With melee, it's a lot tighter to get that timing. Really sucks when you don't get that timing. Okay, cool. I could have dodged in front of that and been okay, but I'm not looking to waste food here. Alright, I'm at like max HP. Gonna put on that. And then here's the no-fly. There's much better guides than what you're about to see. I'm not going to talk during this. And I just messed it up anyway. So it doesn't matter. I was 1 tick delayed, so now he's probably going to melee my ass. I think I managed to skip it. Anyway, I'm just going to go Mage because I messed it up. So this is exactly like the earlier now. Except for when you know, get clapped to 40 something. Switch prayer because he attacked with range. And see, I got 5 food. That is going to be plenty because it's... You don't make a whole lot of mistakes once you learn how to dodge this flame attack. You don't have to move a lot. Try not to panic. And then back to your square. I'm hoping for one of the longer fireballs to start during the waves, so I can show you where you should run then. I think I'm going to waste a spec here, but I don't really care. Okay, I'm going to run twice. Misclick there. There's the long one, so you can see I'm running to that right past that green tile there. And then I won't get hit by any fireballs or any waves. You just have to wait until your normal timing of dodging the wave. Almost done here. Okay, cool. Let's see what our time was. Nice, Catalyst. 6:34. See, that was a minute and a half faster, and I messed up the melee really early. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and hopefully this guide helped you a bit. Have a nice night.